Hey dudes, we are inside the castle walls of my Minecraft kingdom on Infinite Heights, and today we're starting the horse ranch. It's coming up right now. Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? Welcome to my horse ranch Let's Build. Here's where we are. We're over on the old part of the kingdom. There's a shot of the land that we'll be working on. I got a quick video for you today. Quick Let's Build, relatively speaking. Still coming in, I think, around 15, 16 minutes. A couple minutes shorter than my usual Let's Build, because it's just, if I try and show you guys the whole thing start to finish right now, it would be too long, so I'm splitting it up into 2 episodes. We're going to do, in this episode, you can see me starting right now the foundations for the main house of the horse ranch, and then part number 2, we're actually going to be building the stables and working on some landscaping. I'm going to be talking about some key landscaping points when we get into it, so it should be pretty cool. But right here, I'm doing standard cobblestone foundations, clearing out some room down there. We end up changing the footprint of the house later, but I gotta throw in my log rafters to get this medieval style right, like we normally do. Obviously later too, we also come back in and we add some windows, or some, yeah, I guess we'll call them windows in the basement. So I'm just clearing out more space. Digging. As I was digging down, I was like, you know what? I gotta account for a couple things. I gotta account for a 3 high ceiling. Then we gotta dig down again a little bit and account for whatever cool bricks or blocks we choose for the floor. So, you know, gotta figure that into. When I was thinking about this, and this will be more evident when we're actually walking around the place later, but when I was thinking about building this, I was thinking, like, you know, medieval cities, medieval civilizations were built with, you know, a class kind of system, and, you know, how you feel about actual class systems or classism is one thing, but you know, just I'm trying to look at all of the kind of all the context that medieval buildings and things would be built in, and seeing if I can draw some type of realism from that, or some type of detail from that I can use in a meaningful way in my build. And so what I'm thinking is, you know, back in the day, horses were cars. So, you know, they were your number one source of rapid source of transit. They were your number one work animal. I mean, you could you know, yoke up some oxen, but, you know, really, workhorses, I mean, mark of royalty. You know, they call horse racing the sport of kings. You know what I'm saying? So I figure if there was anybody that wasn't going to live in the castle walls but would be truly wealthy, I think it would be the horse ranchers. And so I decided to make this house be potentially the largest house, the most intricate, most spacious house outside of the inner walls, where the rest of the farmers of livestock and produce and stuff are. So we're making it big, working in that black stained clay, which has this really kind of reddish, warm, kind of chocolatey brown color. I went with a dark color palette here because I think, honestly, it's going to be set off with some green leaves in the future, so I think that's going to look really cool. And also, for some reason, when I was thinking about them, I was just like, when I was thinking about the horses, I was just like, you know, gotta be dark brown. Just gotta be dark brown. Just gotta be. So you can see me up top on the working on the second floor. I had to realign some of the timbers that framed it so that I could actually bump out the second floor. Add a little room up there. Add a little bit more little bit more space on the inside of the house. And then for the roof, I decided I wanted to do a Tudor style roof. And again, a Tudor style roof is just it's just your normal peaked roof like you can see in the background, but the pointiest parts of the roof are actually cut off at like a 45-degree angle. So what I did was I just kind of built the roof first, but I started from the middle instead of on one of the ends so that I could figure out exactly how steep I wanted that little knob to be lopped off. It'll make sense when you see it. It's hard to describe. I've done it before, I think, on the cocoa bean hut house thing. So right there, normally I would just kind of keep going up to a point, and but on the edge I just kind of lopped it off. That kind of rounds off or softens the edge of the roof. Kind of like, think of like a barn kind of shape. If that makes any sense. Least favorite part of doing the build is trying to place stairs for the roof. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it! So there you go. You can see we're kind of rounding that off, and we're going to bring that peak in from left to right. That's closest in the bottom left of the screen. We're going to bring that flat edge up into the main peak of the roof at the top. I kept running out of stairs here. I just didn't bring enough with me, so I keep popping back down there to my crafting table to make some more. There we go. Looking good. I'll throw some logs in for the main roof beam, and then polish up the top. Run a bead of cobble. Sweet. You know, with a roof this wide, that we gotta poke some holes in there. Come on, you know we got to. So I'm just, throwing in some dormers. They're going to add interest. They're going to kind of break up this big, boring, flat space that is the just a big slab of the side of the roof. I mean, this house is big. So again, in the interest of splitting up this build into two separate episodes, I'm not actually gonna go through doing the floors on the inside or anything like that. We'll see those when we're actually walking around. They're basically what I was doing in the cactus farm, running some upside down stairs to make them look like beams and so forth. In the floors, throwing some stairs around. And here I'm just, finishing touches up on the outside. Shining it up nicely, huh? And here it is. What do you guys think? How do you guys like that? Like that little roof there, huh? Looks good. Looks a little barn-like. I think it looks pretty nice. Got a porch on the outside. We will walk around there. I'll definitely show you that. So, what do you say? Let's hop down to the ground and take a look. See what you think. Oh, yes. What do you guys think? As the sun sets on another beautiful Minecraft day in my kingdom here on Infinite Heights. What do you guys think of the finished products? We're just up on one of the towers that I have built into the walls here, because it gives kind of a good lay of the land, which I'm trying not to fly around too much. But basically, I just after we finished, I threw in, how we do, gravel kind of foundation around the outline there, and then I thought, what, I should actually throw that in around here too, because I think from a distance, if you would see that outline, you kind of connect that the green space in here is actually part of something outside of the fact that it's walled in along the perimeter here, and with these special little nubby pylon type things around the rest of the sides. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys kind of a bird's eye view a little bit here. Let's just kind of drop down real quick here. You saw from the side. I love this approach. Love coming from here. Just imagine this full of horses just kind of... You know what I'm saying? I promise that's the last time I'll make a horse noise. So I left this I left this a little bit on the bare side in here because plants. So, you know, we're not quite on the landscaping portion yet, but we will get there soon. I think those should be there. I got this little dude right here. So, you know, little details there and there. Let's go inside. Let me show you. Let me show you around. So after we laid the floors in, I came in and I threw stairs in. You see the outline of the stair block here. I did that just kind of to do the beam thing, if you remember from when I did the cactus build. So I did that, and that adds a lot of interest to a boring ceiling like here, or for larger spans. You want to go outside, upstairs, or downstairs first? Downstairs it is. So downstairs, this really adds a lot of interest because otherwise the space would be really bare down here. So those are kind of important, and I ran them along that span too. And that is the veranda. But you know, standard basement, lots of space to do stuff, lots of space for storage down here, which is cool. We'll go upstairs. We'll check out the veranda last. The veranda's my favorite. I threw them in up here, and I think they look really good. I had to kick these beams out, like you saw before, so that I could incorporate some wall space upstairs on the 3rd floor. And I built these, you know, kind of patterned more closely off of the admin shops. I don't know if you remember those from a little while back. So we come up here on the 3rd floor. Now I left these here. Initially these were just the white wool. But from outside, if for whatever reason you get a view from above trying to look down here, that would look strange. They look strange in white, so we kind of switched it up. And then I feel like there should be something in here, but I tried putting a bunch of different blocks in there, and they just kind of don't look right, so we left it. And then this is, I think, the closest thing. I think this looks okay, so I'm actually going to leave this, but it's not supposed to be like that. But, you know, the Tudor-style roof house, I think, works really well, so... Tudor-style roof house. Tudor-style roof on the house works really well, so we're just going to go ahead. And leave that, and now out here, we can see we have great views of virtually the entire green space, where there will be tons of horsies. So... you know, what do you guys think? I mean, I made this house nice and big because, honestly, I figured that these would be some of the richest farmers. I was going to kind of get more of a bird's eye view here. These would be some of the richest farmers on the property, so, you know, living outside of the hill or whatever. So, I figured they needed a bigger house. It looks a little bit more regal. It's got a bunch of floors in it, lots of open space, and that cool veranda. But I got some surprises in store for you, because this is only part 1. In part 2, we got to build the actual stables, which I'm going to put as a building here that will kind of come out to like here, maybe. Be 2 sides. We can fit a bunch of horsies in there. I think there needs to be some water in here, so maybe we'll do a little river thing that kind of pokes through the wall here. Who knows? We'll see. But what I want to do, and this is, I'm not going to start landscaping for the whole place yet, but for here, we are going to be throwing in a lot of oak trees, and we're going to be trying to get the giant ones that I have from my Let's Play on Craftage. If you remember that, if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. You will know the kind of oak trees about which I'm speaking. So, imagine this just lined with huge oak trees all the way down there, all the way up here. down and around the side. Tons of horses. The stables kind of coming out here. Oh man, it's gonna look awesome. It is gonna look awesome. But that is it for this episode. I hope you dudes enjoyed watching. I hope you guys found something useful in here. If you did, give me a like. I do appreciate every single view, like, comment, and sub. So I do want to say I thank you truly. Truly, your view is appreciated. Thank you so much for taking a second to check this out, dudes. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again so much for watching. I do appreciate it. TheeRealDuke, I'm out.